Good morning and thanks for joining me. Today I'm on the Urban Threads website and I just want to do a project using their free design that they have for this month and my embroidery machine. I'm not going to digitize anything. We're not going to go in any software. We're just going to find a cool design and make something with it. So I really love in the hoop projects. They're stuff that you make, you basically embroider out and it turns into actual physical object. Like you, instead of just making the design here, you can make the whole pillow. Like I love that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a bunting with the free design that Urban Threads has this month. And if you don't have an Urban Threads account, go ahead and get one, sign in, whatever, if you're not already, because they have really amazing designs and they have great sales all the time. And they have tons of tutorials as well. So, just a kind of a little overview of what they do. And I just recently noticed this morning that they have a sister site that's for cutting, for your cutting machine. But I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is next level, right? I'm just going to do this real quick because a lot of you have a cutting machine too, or you're thinking about getting one. Oh my gosh, I would never attempt half of this stuff with my machine, and it's amazing. So look at these things, these designs that you can create with it, but cut and quilt. We have a lot of quilting designs, but they have a lot, and then they have a lot of stuffy ones and felt things, drawing. I don't know if you have a cutting machine, you have the pens, or you have the universal pen holder where you can use any pen and you can draw out these designs onto your invitations. And then there's just a bunch of cutting stuff. And they've got all of their designs are reasonably priced considering how intricate and beautiful they are. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I'm super excited about that. So let's get on with our project. We'll go to design categories and scroll down. All of these are categories that have subcategories except for the freebies. The freebies will only be one design every month, and it's really beautiful. Look at that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have it sew out onto a piece of felt, alternating colors of felt, probably white and orange, maybe red. I don't know. I don't know how big I'm even going to make this, but probably as big as it gets until I'm too tired. But anyways, so I'm just going to have it sew out onto the felt and then I'm going to cut around. So it's called Nature's Geometry Maple Leaf, and it'll be available until the end of the month. And then at the beginning of next month, there will be a new free design. And this is available in five different sizes as well as hand embroidery. And the size that I need is the 3x7, 3.78 because it's a 4x4 hoop. And I've learned whenever I looked at this earlier, I love the 4x4 set better anyways. For one reason, I mean that's the size that I have to use, but for Garland it's going to be pretty being just a 4x4 piece. And in the bigger pieces, these lines are really light and it looks really pretty and dainty, but whenever you bring it down to the 4x4, these all darken up because they're, going over each other and it's small and stuff. It's really, I like it a lot better for the project that I'm trying to do. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. Usually when they shrink them, they look different than the bigger ones, and the bigger ones look really good and you get jealous and stuff, but I'm good on this one. Okay, so because I'm signed in, it has all of my information over here, PES and stuff like that. If you're not signed in, it'll come up with any random one there if you didn't choose from down at the bottom. Whenever you were first clicking over here, if you just clicked on the picture, you'll have to choose your side here, size. Then you just choose add to cart. I'm sorry, I'm stumbling on my words. My cat is whining like crazy to go outside and it's driving me insane. Okay, so right here, check out all that stuff. Check out now or continue shopping. I'm probably going to continue shopping after this video, but I want to show you guys how to do it. So order summary, 00, everything is done. We don't have to do anything. Complete order. Okay, order confirmation has been sent. Product details. Okay, so I use Mozilla or however you say it as my browser. When I do that, whenever I ask for something to be downloaded, it comes up here into a little arrow and a little bar. I don't know what it's going to be like for you, but if you're on Mozilla, this is how I do it. Okay, so you can choose to have it a zipped file or an unzipped file, unzipped or unzipped download, email. There's your thread list. The thread list is cool. It's only going to be one for this one, thank goodness. But they give you all the different thread colors that you're going to need in each design. It's really cool. And they use Madeira threads usually. You can print it, you can look at it as a text. Like this one doesn't have that much information because it's one color, but in other designs, it's really helpful. Okay, let's go back one. All right, and I am going to choose for the unzipped version of the download. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Cancel. Unzipped is going to give me everything instead of one little file. So I'm going to choose the zipped actually. And see this little download over here. Now it's blue, so it's saying that it's ready. And I like to choose to go to the folder. That's going to bring up the downloads folder. And then I can take this and I'm going to put it on my desktop because I don't have my, actually, that's just a lame excuse. I need to plug in my extra drive. So I have I just called it an extra drive, but I'm not really sure what it's called. um, gosh, external hard drive. And that's what I've been using to save all my embroidery files on and stuff. I'm on my son's computer, which is pretty old, and just it could die anytime. And it's not like I can't come back here and re-download stuff, but why do that twice, right? Okay, so let's close that. Now let's take this whole file, let's bring it down. Oh, it's not showing it. Why are you not showing? Or is that the local disk? Oh, usually it says its name. It's called Passport. So usually it says Passport. It doesn't usually say local disk. So let's go back to the downloads. Okay, that's taking too long. Go back up here. Click on that. All right, so now we're going to find this file again at the very top. We'll bring it over. See there, now it says My Passport. Then I'm going to bring it into Stephanie and Embroidery. And then I have an Urban Threads folder. Did it take it? There we go. Oh, it must have did it really quick. Okay, so it did that really quickly. I'm going to close that. And now I'm going to open my external hard drive. I'm going a little bit extra because I'm using this external hard drive. But if you save it to your desktop and you don't close the folder like I did, you can do it all without having to reopen everything. Okay, so embroidery. Oh, and I made just the hugest mistake. Urban Threads numbers their stuff. So I don't know which one it was. So I'm going to have to go by date modified. All right. So it's 1927 PES. I'm going to open it. Oops. Why are you being weird? Okay. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I'm going to highlight it. And why isn't it showing? This is so annoying. It's not showing my, oh, because I don't have it plugged in. I thought I set everything up ahead of time so I wouldn't be fumbling. But human, crazy human here. Okay, so it'll come up as your removable disk. I'm going to close that. And So Urban Threads 19, blah, 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 blah. We're going to go to removable disk. It's going to copy it to the removable disk. We're going to click in removable disk to make sure our file is there, and it is there. So it should be waiting for me over on my sewing machine. I will be back with you guys and my machine in a minute. Okay guys, so we're over at the machine now, and I'll admit it is the next day. I left everything on the table and had a billion other things to do. So the next day, but still everything is the same. I have the design loaded onto my machine. I have Embroidery thread loaded up, and I have my bobbin and an extra bobbin. Well, this one was already filled, but filled because I like to have the bobbin thread the same color as the top thread in the hoop projects like this that people are going to see the front and back of, or might see the front and back of. So we're going to take that off of there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our file. If you have the same machine, I have the SE425, but I believe it's the same as a bunch of other models. But I know it's the same as the SE425 at least. And I think the PE500 is the same, it's just not a combo sewing machine. I could be wrong on all of that, but okay, so anyways, push that button, there's our leaf. We're going to touch it and upload it, and then we're going to go to adjust, layout, and it's already as big as it can be, it looks like. I mean, I'm sure it will probably, yeah, let me go up a little bit, or you can make it smaller. I want it to fill the whole hoop, so I'm good with that. And so I'm going to go right back out of here. There's only going to be one thread change, one color stop. You're just going to load your mat, load your hoop, and then sew it out and then cut it out. Okay, so let's talk about stabilizers. For a project like this, because it's going to be in the hoop and I'm going to be using different colors, I don't want to use a white stabilizer. That's going to show, and that's going to be fine if it does. Nobody is really that critical. But if you can have another color, why not, right? So I found what these are. They're not really stabilizers. It's called Ollie Fun. I found it at Joann's, but I've not been able to find it again at Joann's, so I'm sure you can find it online. And if I can find a link for it for my Amazon store or affiliates, I'll put that underneath the thingamajigger, the video. I've made a video about it before, but because I can't find it again, I'm hesitant to reshare that video without a link. But anyways, so I have orange, black, and yellow for these. I don't have brown, so I'll have to go with black. And one thing I wanted to comment about this, using this as stabilizer, this is all Ollie Fun is 100% polypropylene, and that's what the big black rolls of garden fabric are. I don't know if you can see that. And right here, same thing. It's exactly the same thing. It's the exact same material and everything. And I've been using it since I got my embroidery machine because it was an amazing gift, but I am not somebody who has a lot of money usually, so I have not have to, even whenever I'm flush, I still like to hack it a little bit and find the system, or hack the system a little bit and find things that'll work alternatively. So rich or poor, this stuff is amazing. It's like $10 for a 25-foot roll, and I've in probably 4 years since I've had my embroidery machine, I've only had to buy one other roll, and I'm still not even partially through it. Like the beginning of it is still barely unrolled. So anyways, that's enough about the stabilizers. So with each different color, I want to put a different color stabilizer under there, and that's going to be fine because we have to rehoop each one. And so I want to do 4 yellows, 4 browns, and an orange to be the middle anchor. And it's going to just kind of be a little garland that goes across. So I'm going to do the orange one, and then I'm going to speed up through the rest of the entire project. But I'll keep it on so you guys can see it, okay? let's load our bobbin. Okay, put that back on there. I like to just fold the ollie fun in half and cut right in the middle, so it's a little bit bigger than my hoop. But it's not big enough to fold it into fourths and still use it. So you can only use half of it, but you'll have some extra material left over. And I use the white version of these to make pillows for the doll houses and stuff. So if you just want some simple colored pillows on your embroidery machine, just top and bottom one of these colored ones and cut a hole in the back, staple it, or not staple it, cut a hole in the back, stuff it with stuffing, and then put another layer over this and run your die line again, and you'll have a cute little stuffed pillow. I have some videos on that too, but I think it's pretty easy to figure out. All right, always trim your excess. You don't want it to get cut in anything, caught in anything. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't speak today. Okay, I'm gonna bring the machine closer so you can see what's going on. Okay, so now we're just gonna put our lever down. The button is green. Oh wait, what am I thinking? I don't even know how I have a YouTube channel. Okay, here we go. You have to put your leaf on there. Okay, your felt for the leaf. And I would normally like a backer on all of these, but because I don't have an extra piece of orange, crazily, it's just going to be this and the stabilizer. But because it's colored, it'll be fine. All right, so that took 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna do 8 of these, but I don't know why I wouldn't, because they're so beautiful. However, if you're in a time crunch, I don't know if this is gonna be for you. But it is really beautiful, so let's pop it off and take a look at it. Oops. Oh, how pretty. So I'm just going to cut around the lines. I'm not that good of a cutter, so it's not going to be amazing, but I think it'll still be really pretty. Oh, look how pretty the shiny thread is too. And then cut off a little tail in the back so it doesn't fly around, but there you go. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Let's see, let's put the lighting on it here. Oh, I love this. So I'm going to keep working on this throughout the day, and I'll take some photos at the end, and then I'll get back on here. So you'll see me in a couple minutes, but it'll be at the end of today, and I'll show you how to put it all together. And how cute. I think if you did smaller ones in between the big ones, that would be really adorable, or a different kind of design. Urban Threads has millions of beautiful designs, and even though this one is free, you can probably find another shape that has the same theme in it and kind of alternate those. But I'm going to keep working, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hi friends, it is many hours later for me, but just a couple seconds later for you. So that's cool. I'm going to turn off the machine and switch it back into sewing machine mode so that we can use it to sew the bunting or whatever you call these, our leaves obviously, but on our little garland. So I'm doing this so that you guys can also see in case you just got your machine or if you've always had it set up for embroidery or vice versa. You turn it off. Actually, you were supposed to make it to the back before you turn it off. That's in the manual, but I didn't do that. Excuse me, sissy, you gotta go. Get. Okay. So underneath here, there's a little lever you pull on, and you just pull this over and out and take this little piece right back in. That's it. So easy. I made a whole video on it and it was ridiculously long. And it's really just that easy. Okay, so I cut 8 feet of this super adorable, okay, I cut 8 inches of this really adorable orange checkered fabric, ribbon. All right, and we're gonna space everything about 5 inches away from each other. So I have this card, I'm gonna wrap this all around when I'm done. So I just took my ruler and measured out 5 inches. Okay, so I had a little bit of technical difficulties, but all I was trying to say was take your middle point where your first one's gonna be the anchor one, and you'll put that one in the middle, and then whatever length you want in between, then take your ruler and just put it on the card that you're going to be wrapping the whole thing around on, and then that way whenever you have your anchor one there, you'll know how far it is till you need to sew the next one. Okay, and I need to rethread my machine. I'll be back in 1 second. So I still have my Q foot on, which is going to be beneficial to us because it's going to give us room to move the stuff around, because we don't want it to go really long like it's normally going to, so we need to move it back and forth. So find your middle spot on your ribbon, wrap your guy around it, the pretty thing. Sorry about the filming. I really thought this would turn out better. Okay, so just wrap it around. There we go. The front and the back. And take it in here. Make sure that your lever is up so that your foot is up, and just place it right there. Okay? And we're gonna put the foot down, and we're not gonna, you can, I guess, do that, but it's gonna make it move. What we're going to do is we're going to do the dial on the side. Okay? So we're just going to gently move it around. And you can do this with glue too if you want. You don't have to sew it. But because the feed dogs are moving and trying to move everything around, I don't want to turn on the thing. Turn on the thing so it goes fast. Not exactly my best work. I wanted it to be a little bit higher. But for the sake of the tutorial, I think you get where I'm going with this. I'm going to keep working on this. I'll take a picture of it at the end. See you in a second. Well, actually, I didn't like how that turned out, and I didn't think that I wanted to continue the rest of them the way I just tried to show you guys, because it just felt flimsy and like I wasn't giving you very good information. So I cut off a piece of this poster board. You can use just thick stabilizer, thin cardboard, packaging, whatever you want to use, but just kind of put it here in the middle and try to hide it, and then use that to stabilize your piece. That way moves much easier. The piece underneath doesn't move, and you could just cut it off when you're done and use it on the next piece. Okay, that's much better. The way I had it, it was going to make this front part flip over anyways because it was off balance. So let's go ahead and take in here. It's going to be tempting to rip that off, but let's just go ahead and cut it. There we go. Now you can leave it in there for stability. And then take your littler scissors and trim those up. There's the back side, there's the front side, and it is now attached. Okay, I'll see you guys in a second for the rest. Okay, here it is up on the wall. I tried to get a good picture of it, or on the window, but it's just hard in my house. The lighting's not that great. So, I love how it turned out. They look like real leaves until you get up close to them, and then you see that they're beautiful, embroidered, pretty thread. Let's see. There you go.